Happy 4th of July weekend. What a better way to kick it off than with some Friday night soccer. We're here at Children's Mercy Park as Sporting KC2 hosts Louisville City FC, and we could see some fireworks to kick off the weekend right. These two teams with two high-flying attacks in good form recently we could have a cracker in store for us today. Alongside Doug McClagan, I'm Carter Augustine. Happy 4th of July weekend, Doug, and we have a fantastic match for us here today.
Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this Louisville team. This is probably one of the best teams in the league, without a doubt.
And for these two high-flying attacks, we're going to highlight actually two players on the defensive side of things, and notable news for the visitors, Louisville City FC. It's a new man in between the sticks here this evening.
Yeah, you might remember him here in Kansas City, or you might not. The guy spent a few weeks here in Kansas City trying out or training as an emergency backup for Tim Melia for Sporting Kansas City, so he'll be looking to put in a very good performance tonight to impress.
He replaces the ever-present Chris Hubbard in the starting lineup. Meanwhile, for SKC2, Danny Barbier coming off a game-winning goal last weekend.
Yeah, he made the USL Team of the Week on the bench following that game winner against Memphis. And he's kind of transitioned a little bit this year. He's a centre-back for sure, but they've moved him into that left-back position, and you can see him growing with confidence every single game.
Well, both teams scored 3 goals the last time out, so these two will have their hands full this evening. The starting 11s and kickoff coming up next between Sporting KC2 and Louisville City FC. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. Just about ready to get things started here in this Eastern Conference clash between SKC2 and Louisville City FC. We'll take a look at the lineup, starting with the visitors, and for manager Danny Cruz. 3 changes from their last match, a 3-3 draw against Indy 11 last Saturday. Notably, in goal comes Parker Siegfried. He replaces the ever-present Chris Hubbard. Also into the starting lineup here today, Alexi Suwahi, as well as Antoine Opino up top. For the home side, SKC2, they're coming off the backs of a thrilling 3-2 victory away to Memphis last Saturday night. Just 2 changes for head coach Paulo Nagamura. Coming in goal, John Polskamp replacing Brooks Thompson. Graham Smith along the back line, replacing Matt Constant.
Do you want like to start quick, or do you want like to
There is Danny Cruz. Louisville City in fine form, unbeaten in 4 matches, 11 goals scored in those 4. But they did drop some points by their very high standards last time out. We'll try and get back in the win column here on the road. Kyle Nagamura looking on for SKC2. They look to try and make it back-to-back wins for the first time in 2021. Two teams coming off matches in which they scored 3 goals. Could there be fireworks? 4th of July weekend kicks off in Kansas City. Louisville City, the visitors, already moving from left to right in their white with the purple stripes. It's matching stripes here today in this matchup as SKC2 wearing their traditional blue on blue, joined by Doug McLagan. I'm Carter Augustine. Doug, these are two teams coming off the backs of some high-flying attacking performances. Could we see some fireworks here tonight?
Yeah, 6 goals between them. Of course, you know what that's going to set up is probably a 0-0 tie, but I shouldn't say that. But yeah, they're both on fire right now offensively, and so it should be a cracker of a game.
Already the high press from Sporting Kansas City 2, forcing the ball back to the newcomer Parker Siegfried in goal for Louisville City FC. Big storyline here. He gets the nod, replacing Chris Hubbard in the starting 11. No pressure, and it'll be a throw-in out of play. Louisville City come into this match in 2nd place in the Central Division, just 1 point behind Birmingham Legion, but a game in hand. Make it a leapfrog into 1st place here with the result on the road. Birmingham, of course, play later this weekend. They starting with possession in the early stages, the visitors, Louisville City FC. Move down to left, and there's Antoine Opino back into the starting lineup. He replaced Niall McCabe for this evening's encounter. And already plenty of players camped out inside the attack. Good ball over the top from Sean Tosh, but it's a bit of a miscontrol there, and it's gifted right back to SKC2.
Yeah, poor touch there. It looks like Louisville, even though they said it was a 3-5-2 in the lineup, looks like it's a 4-3-3. As per Norman, you've got Sawahi and Tausch in the middle, with Sharpie at right back and Gomez at left back.
Right on cue, there is Alexi Sawahi. Back into the starting 11. He's played every match except their last time out against Indy 11. So a welcome sight for Louisville City FC to get him back involved. They're pressing high up the pitch, the visitors, and it's lumped over. Sawahi's able to knot it down into the path of Tyler Gibson.
Very strong high press there from Louisville. Sporting Kansas City 2 did well to get it out, but unfortunately when you get out, you lost possession. So the press by Louisville was very good indeed, very successful. We might be seeing a lot of that, I believe, tonight.
Here is Sawahi towards the left-hand side. Jonathan Gomez looking infield, and it's picked off. A couple of SKC2 players combining on the defensive side of things, and the hosts can try and build something from the back here. There is Danny Barbier, center back, who now starts again at left back for SKC2. His 4th consecutive match at left back for Danny Barbier. Watch out, Kuich put under pressure there, and some inquisitions being had along the back line, but no harm done. Jenkic with a wayward pass, tries to use the outside of the boot, and it's a turnover. Here come Louisville City. Cut back towards the penalty spot, takes a deflection, but it's opens the scoring for Louisville City FC. They lead 1-0.
Elias Jankic is not going to be too happy with that. Just a poor pass. He's trying to bend it into the left wing, completely made a hash of it. And I think that's Bone coming down here, got in behind the defense, and quite an easy finish there. Well finished, but quite an easy finish there for Greg to make it 1-0. Not the start that Sporting Kansas City 2 wanted.
Second goal of the season for Kyle Gregg. Well, he made it look easy there. The cutback right at the penalty spot. And a brilliant start for the visitors. They keep their high scoring ways going. And Kyle Gregg on his return to the Kansas City area. Well, more on that in a second, because here it is in behind the back line of Louisville City. And at the near post, Siegfried with a big save. A chance there for Roger Smith. And the new man in between the sticks keeps it 1-0 Louisville City FC.
Yeah, great ball in by Davis. And Smith got all the way through. I just wonder if Mushagaluso was open at that far post, because the angle that Smith had was not a great angle by the time he got into goal, but a good save by the keeper. Let's have a little look here to see if Enoch was open at the far post. Yeah, you can't really see on that one. And it doesn't appear that he was. So you can't blame Smith for actually taking the shot there.
And a big moment for the new goalkeeper, Parker Siegfried. Early test. Comes up big for Louisville City FC with Tyler Freeman in behind. That cross took a deflection. Plenty of time. And calmness beyond his years from the 17-year-old Jonathan Gomez. Looking for Greg. Taken away by Caden Pierre, and he's still fighting for it, the right back, but it's off him, out of play. We'll take another look here at that chance for Roger Smith.
Yeah, it was good coverage back by the right fullback there, and I just don't think he could have pulled it. If he would have pulled it across, it would have been intercepted by Sharpie. So, yeah, have the shot on goal. This is going to be a great contest, simply because I think both teams want to play the same. They both want to play out the back, and they both want a high pressure. So this is going to be a high-octane, intense game, I think, as we've seen already in the first, what, 6-7 minutes.
Louisville City with their 18th goal, which they came into the match tied for the most in the Eastern Conference. For the time being, this will edge them ahead. Meanwhile, SKC2 not far behind. 15 goals coming into the match, tied for 5th in the conference. So these are two teams that can score the rock a little bit.
Absolutely. The only problem is with those 15 goals, there's 22 against, and that's where the problem lies for Sporting Kansas City 2. They're -7 on goal difference, and Louisville now is +8. There's the big difference.
Just the 10 goals conceded by Louisville City FC, and well, as Doug McLagan says, that's the difference between second in the Central Division and second bottom.
And it's a little understandable, because this Louisville FC team is very well experienced, got some players who've played a while, and usually the Sporting Kansas City 2 are younger boys who are trying to get that experience, so perfectly understandable, but I'm sure coach would want to make it better.
Well, and here's the youngster on display for Louisville City, Jonathan Gomez, earning the foul, and he's the one player aged under 24.
Move it again,
and
Parker.
it's a stark contrast, Doug, as you look at the average age of the starting 11. Louisville City FC, average age of this starting 11, 27.8, 21.7 for the home side, SKC2. Caden Pierre, one of the youngsters, trying to make amends here. He tracks back. Graham Smith gets ahead to it. Nodded back towards the box. Pierre will clear for SKC2. Barbier charged down by Brian Ownby. Out of play, it'll be a goal kick for SKC2.
And that's probably where you're going to see the big difference, just the experience of Louisville FC. That's a big difference, 4 or 5 years We've got players who have played, some of them in the MLS, some of them have been playing this for several years, and so that experience is definitely going to help them. But that's exactly what Sporting Kansas City 2 is working on, gaining the youngsters that experience.
Polskamp getting ready to deliver from goal kick. High into Kansas City sky. It's won by Louisville City. Pumping it forward for Greg, and he got in behind Jankic there. It'll be out for a goal kick, but a moment of worry there for the SKC2 back line. Kyle Gregg here getting in behind, causing problems.
Yeah, Jankic just got to be a little bit stronger on the ball there. Gregg's a big, strong centre forward. Got to be able to hold him off.
There's that high press from Louisville City. Second ball falls to Tyler Freeman. It's a good first touch, and he's trying to put it in behind for Enoch Mushagalusa, who's challenging in. Wes Sharpie got there, and it was offside in the end. So it comes to nothing for SKC2.
Yeah, not a bad idea, but good pace by Sharpie. Because Mushagalusa is no slow man, I can tell you that. Slightly offside, not by much, but good pace by the fullback to recover all the same.
Tight margins there, but not for the first time we've seen Wes Sharpie making up grounds on the cover. Problems have developed along the back. Sorry, Doug.
Sorry, Kanye. I was saying, the coach this week was saying a lot of the problems Louisville have been self-imposed, and we've seen a couple that already in the first 10 minutes where they've given away the ball. And so with the pressure Sporting Kansas City 2 is putting on them, they're going to hope that there'll be a few more turnovers for them to take advantage of.
First touch from Pierre looking for Smith, and over comes Alexi Suwahi. Six-year-olds back into the lineup, was able to clear there. Into the 12th minute here, Louisville City lead by Kyle Gregg's goal in the 5th minute. SKC2 coming into this match 2-6-4 on 10 points. It's good for second bottom in the Central Division, in this Central Division clash.
Well, just looking at the way this game has started, I think there's going to be quite a few errors on the ball in defense. So I think we're going to get a few turnovers in the final third that are going to cause some problems.
Louisville City wanted that ball to be called out for a throw. It's still going. Takes a deflection. Oh, sensational header! Roger Smith. Well, he adjusted his body in midair and directed the header past the helpless Parker Siegfried. 1-1.
That is a tremendous finish. It looked like it was climbing over his head because it did take a deflection. I think when Freeman crossed it, it took a deflection. It looked like it was clearing Smith, but he just got up there, and that is a well-directed ball into the corner. Siegfried stood no chance. What a finish.
Roger Smith peels away in celebration. He gets his 4th goal of the season. Well, he's starting to come on strong for Sporting KC2, the 24-year-old, and he's leveled the score here. That lovely header. And Doug, still you could hear the questions along the far side of the Louisville City players asking for that ball to have been called out right along the halfway line, kept in play, and it ends up in the back of their own net.
Yeah, Roger Smith again. I mean, he scored oh, it's a turnover again.
Uncharacteristic there from Sean Tosh. And again, it's a turnover, and SKC2 will look to profit. Mushagalusa, 1v1. Try to slide it in for Freeman, well defended. Back again with the hosts. Barbier, how about that first touch? Duke upended by Tyler Gibson. And a free kick in a tantalizing area of the pitch for SKC2.
That's Tyler Freeman's area right there. He's hit a few blasters this year. It's a definite foul, though. Just slightly behind Duke. And yeah, foul by Gibson, no question about that.
Well, he's done well there, as you mentioned. It's Christian Duke, ball behind him. Perhaps just inviting the challenge from Gibson, and Duke managed to contort and twist himself into gathering it on that first touch. And as a result, the captain has earned his side a free kick. Tyler Freeman looks interested.
You would think this is a Tyler Freeman. I don't think it's a Jake Davis ball because he'd be using his left foot, and I don't think Jake likes to use his left, so this has got to be a Freeman shot.
It is Freeman into the wall. Had eyes for that upper 90, but Louisville City wall does its job. Put back into play by Pierre. Graham Smith is challenging. Hooked away. Ownby, that is a powerful header and into a fantastic direction as far as Louisville City are concerned. Openo now. And it's Roger Smith back in defense. Clifton towards the back post. Kyle Gregg has his head in his hands. Questions there from Openo as it trips out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it was a really good ball in. I think Gregg's holding his head because he didn't make the run. He started to hold his run and come back, and then the ball went in the area where he probably should have made the run. So he's probably thinking, oh, I should have gone. But not a bad ball in there at all. So we've said both teams want to play out the back, but we've had, like, this is the third long goal kick, and the reason is the opposition is sitting so high with pressure that they're telling Sporting Kansas City 2, we're not going to let you play out of the back. So now it's going to be a long ball, and it's a 50-50 contestant there.
Up past the center circle, and it's won by Suwahi. Jenkins wins the second. And Gibson can't keep it for Louisville City. Jenkins gives it right back. Siegfried, well, that's out of play. Back again with SKC2 and back in play quickly.
I think the stat we're going to want to see at halftime is how many turnovers. This is like a basketball game right now, and again, it's because of the pressure that both teams are putting on each other, forcing errors.
Davis just thought he had Pierre running down the right there, and he didn't. It's out of play. Another throw-in to come for Louisville City in quick succession. Well, since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. That Select ball is nodded forward by Enoch Mushagalusa, who came up limping a bit there from that landing. Appears to be fine, but just keep an eye out on the number 77 for SKC2. Now Louisville City trying to build along the back, and well, there's all action. Jake Davis pressuring along the back line. It's a tough one for Siegfried. Keeps it in for Tosh. Calm under pressure there. Little Cruyff turn from Tosh, and that calms things down a bit in the back.
Yeah, that little turn just let them escape from the pressure. Drop at a 30-yard pass, and there's a little bit of room where they can actually put the foot on the ball and relax a little bit, because they've not been able to in the first 10-15 minutes here.
Both teams making the other work for everything in possession. See there, Wes Sharpie had to do really well just to keep hold of the ball, and he did so.
Great defending there from Jake Davis, because you could see Gibson wanted to feed the ball to Ownby, but because Davis harassed him, he could not get that ball off for the pass, so he had to go back and squirt. So great defending there.
Some of that off-ball stuff that can be tough to pick up, Doug, but it's something that this young man does fantastically well.
Yeah, he really does. And just to let you know, what it means is that they're making the midfielder put down the head, therefore they can't see everything they want to see, and it just makes life for the defenders so much easier. If you back off and give him 5 yards, I guarantee you Gibson can find a gap and penetrate for O&B to run onto. So great pressure, and that's the stuff that, yeah, sometimes people don't notice that, but Jake Davis does a tremendous job at it.
Jankic there under the pressure applied by Kyle Gregg. He just lops it out of play, so it'll be throw in for the visitors. Well, exciting week for Louisville City in the midst of an exciting year. We saw them opening their brand new stadium. Well, the grand opening, you should say, as fans finally allowed into the venue. And just this week, Doug, a $15 million training complex opened up for Racing Louisville and Louisville City FC, and it looks sensational.
Oh, it's fantastic. Saw the pictures, it's like truly amazing. It's great for these players to have that environment. And I saw Coach talking about it today, about how it just means the team spends more time together at one venue, and they eat together, they hang out together, they have coffee together. It's just great for team building.
Of course, here in Kansas City, Sporting KC have seen such great returns from their new training facility. Louisville City hoping for more of the same.
Excellent play there from Sporting Kansas City too. Broke the press and got a little time to relax. But guess what? Here comes the press again.
Just a miss kick there from Mushagalusa. And whoa, that is a full-blooded challenge. Duke and Tosh both going into it. And in the end, the captain for SKC2, Christian Duke, will go into the referee's notebook.
Yeah, that's just the way Christian plays, but he was a little late, that's for sure. And I think that's a definite yellow. He's late. He probably got more hurt in the challenge, actually. But that's just the way he is. He fights for every loose ball, and his timing was slightly off. And he's got a yellow for it, so he's going to have to be careful for the rest of the game.
Well, he's given up a bit in that challenge as well. 5'8" Christian Duke going up against the 6'1" Sean Tosh. He's always up for the challenge. Here it's curled in from the free kick. Jankic got the first head to it. Smith with the second. Excellent play there from Gomez to keep onto it. And Davis will slide tackle it out of play.
There he is again. Great challenge.
Quickly taken, and whoa, that's a moment of danger. Two players clattering into the ad boards behind the goal. You hate to see that. It's such a quick action. And you hope both of the players are going to be okay. Looks like Paolo Del Piccolo. Graham Smith right on the end line. Smith is up and walking, but the captain for Louisville City FC still down on the turf here at Children's Mercy Park.
Yeah, Smith was holding his ground to make sure he couldn't get by him, and great defending, and unfortunately put him a little off balance, and he went crashing into those boards. And Smith went over the boards, so Smith is fine. Hopefully Del Piccolo is fine. He's sitting up, so he looks like he's okay. So a pretty interesting start to this game. I think the big fight tonight is going to be which team can get clean possession, because the pressure, the intensity is absolutely incredible right now. I don't know if they can do this for 90 minutes, but there's just no time on the ball. So it's all about being calm on the ball, breaking the press, and once you break the press, then go and attack the opponents.
Will be interesting to see how long these two presses can last. It is 84 degrees, but it is muggy here in Kansas City. And a little bit of a water break here as the Louisville City training staff see to Paolo Del Piccolo. And well, as Graham Smith gets some words from Paulo Nagamura, two teams kind of sauntering back on the pitch. Good chance to remind you that 4th of July weekend starts with a bang when the USL on ESPN continues tomorrow, Saturday, July 3rd. It's a Golden State clash as San Diego Loyal plays host to Sacramento Republic at 7 p.m. Eastern 6 Central on ESPN2, capping off an action-packed day of soccer on the ESPN family of networks. That will be a wonderful matchup tomorrow, and looks like wonderful news as Del Piccolo is sporting a new purple headband. Looks like might have had a cut there on the top of his head, Del Piccolo, but he trots back onto the pitch. Great to see, Doug. Both players unharmed after that little scary incident with the ad boards.
Absolutely.
So we're back in action here, 25th minute at Children's Mercy Park. Opening goal from Kyle Gregg, canceled by the equalizer off the head of Roger Smith. The diagonal doesn't quite find Mushagalusa, but it's picked up by Duke, and now Barbier. Oh, he was trying to feed Freeman, and instead whacked it right into the body of Christian Duke. Now Gregg with an awkward touch, and Duke recovers for SKC2. Pierre down the far touchline. Smith, well, he had Gomez right on his back, and he was unable to keep it.
Yeah, tremendous defending there by Gomez. Read the play, figured out where the ball was going, then got right up Smith's backside and put some pressure on Smith. Unfortunately, couldn't get a hold of it, and it went out of bounds. Not bad for the young 17-year-old from Dallas, Texas.
Well, chances are, if you tune in to a Louisville City match, you will notice Jonathan Gomez, and he's in a fine nick of form at the moment, isn't he, Doug?
Yeah, he's had a crazy last couple of weeks. I guess he's been at the Mexican national camp. Just hold on a second here.
As Opinel gets onto it, Pierre was all in his grill there, trying to make that cross difficult. Backheel doesn't come off. Gomez steps in front. Thought he'd won a foul. It's still with Louisville City, though. We'll cycle things back with Tyler Gibson. Clipped over the head of the defender into Sharpie. Back for Ownbees, looking for the far post. And Pulskamp, well, he thought he had gotten there, and he's going to take a little exception to the challenge, well, for a moment, as Del Piccolo called for the foul.
Yeah, it looked really bad on Pulskamp, but then I figured he must have got shoved, and apparently he wasn't too happy with Kyle Gregg, so because it went straight through his hands, and it looked like a pretty easy catch for him. And let's see here. Yeah, his hand went across. Well,
that's pass interference. That's 15 yards, Doug.
Absolutely. Absolutely is.
An apology from the captain there, and it was accepted by Pulskamp. So no harm, no foul. Well, there was a foul, I should say, but no harm. Both players back in the match. It's back now to John Pulskamp, getting his 4th appearance of the USL Championship season. And now an offside called against Tyler Freeman just when it looked as though SKC2 were going to break down the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I've been watching Tyler the last couple of minutes, and he always starts offside and then comes back to it, and so maybe his timing was just slightly off there. Although it cannot be a foul where it's taken, because you cannot be offside in your own half. But we'll give the referee a little bit break there. So yeah, he probably just mistimed his run coming back, which was very lucky for Mr. Tosh, because that was a poor judgment there. And you don't see him make too many mistakes like that.
After all that, it's back with the boys in purple. They work things over to Tosh. Now Sharp. He's got Mushagalusa facing up, so he's back now with Gibson. Suahi. Quick passing here from Louisville City, but it's equally quick defending. One back by SKC2. Jankic asked a lot of Jake Davis there, and watch out because here come Louisville City. towards the far post. Roger Smith just got a toe there just in time, but he concedes a corner.
Yeah, not quite where he meant to put it, but concedes a corner. But some beautiful one-touch passing. The speed of play, the speed of decisions is incredible there. It's probably 15 to 20 passes of just one touch. Bang, 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 move off the ball. Tremendous to watch.
Attack it!
Corner to come for Louisville City FC. Whipped in towards the near post. Well, it was whipped in right onto the head of Tosh at the near post.
That was a good ball, but just really hard-headed to redirect because it was a couple yards behind him. So here we go again, high press again.
SKC2 got that goal kick in quickly, trying to catch Louisville City off guard. They were unable. And a soft first touch there from Sawahi to cushion things down. And you can start an attack again for the visitors. Ownby. Sharpie has crossed the half-hour mark here at Children's Mercy Park. Gibson. A no-look flick there doesn't quite come off for Corbin Bone.
It's good.
Kicked off.
Force him back.
SKC2 player back in Louisville City for a throw, and they're back with Tosh. Clipped over the top. Jankic nods it down. Kuic got there just ahead. Del Piccolo looking over the top, and well, you heard the complaint there from Danny Cruz.
He had a good point too, didn't he? Tyler Freeman had his eyes on the centre back and nudged him off the ball, let's say that.
Not even looking at the players, what Danny Cruz said, and the refereeing crew agreed. Man in the middle here is Kevin Fikar. Blew the whistle for a foul, so here again come the boys in purple. Just seem to have come into a little bit of a purple patch as far as possession is concerned.
Yeah, looks like Sporting Kansas City 2 has almost dropped the line of confrontation a little bit. And quite happy to sit in there. They've just got to be patient and make sure they track their runners.
Bone looking in behind. It took a slight deflection. Postcamp quickly off his line, and he gathers it.
Yeah, almost nice little flick from there from Del Piccolo. But again, just being patient, tracking the runners, like Graham Smith just did there, and good goalkeeping too.
Well, you just saw it for a second there. Corbin Bone, creative playmaker for Louisville City, and well, he came into this match second in the league in chances created. He's gone to the ground looking for a foul there, nothing given by the referee.
Yeah, he went down a little too easy there.
This time Freeman posts up on Gomez, and he's able to win it initially, but then a shove in the back. And there'll be a free kick for Louisville City. Obviously, Tyler Freeman doesn't agree.
I guess his question was maybe it's shoulder to shoulder, and I think it was pretty good defending by Gomez. He just got on his path and made sure there was no way he can go around him, and then, yeah, he got a nudge in the back. So, yeah, that's a foul. It's a soft one, but it's a foul.
As we're saying, Jonathan Gomez, he's scored in his last 2 appearances for Louisville City. That's a good header one. It is open, no, towards the back post. Barbier's there, and perhaps one of the benefits of having a center back at left back, he uses his prowess in the air to head clear.
Yeah, he's very good in the air, and I'm not even sure if he knew the runner was behind him, but flicked the ball out of bounds and saved a good opportunity there against him.
We keep trying to talk about this young man, Gomez, and every time Louisville City get an attack, it's out of play. So here's a chance. He was just recently up with the full Mexican national side getting some training while they took part in the Nations League. He's represented both USA and Mexico at youth international levels. And he is a highly coveted young man from both of those respective national team sides.
Yeah, he was on the roster for the US national team for the Gold Cup. A roster of 60, and he was the only USL player on it. He's not on the roster for the Gold Cup for US, but looks like there's going to be a fight to see who can get him, because he is talented and he has a great future ahead of him.
Curled in towards the penalty spot, and did that go which side of the flag? It's the wrong side as far as SKC2 are concerned. It'll be a corner for the visitors.
Good sound defending there by Graham Smith. All he had to do is make sure his foot went on it. It's off for a corner, but better going for that than going through. So good, steady Eddie defending there from Graham Smith.
Gomez trots all the way over towards the near side to take the corner. And he was on the preliminary roster for the Gold Cup. Didn't make the final roster, which was released yesterday.
I know, but we need to deal with this first. This is what we have at hand. Fucking deal with it.
Both hands up from the youngsters. He curls it in towards the 6. Headed up towards the edge of the box. Well, stars in his eyes there on the 4th of July weekend from Antoine Openo.
It's a good effort. I don't know how close it was in the end, but not an easy strike. But that would have gone in. That would have been an absolute tremendous goal. Yeah, missed by quite a way, but that is not an easy skill, by the way.
Confidence to take that on from Openo. Kulich got there in between a trio of white and purple shirts. And then Smith just dribbled it out of play.
Well, it's looking the battle of possession has been won a little bit here by Louisville FC, because you've seen in the last 10 minutes or so they've started to take control of this game, knocking around, finding a little bit space. And like I said, I think the line of confrontation from Sporting Kansas City 2 has dropped a little bit, so they're almost allowing them a little bit to do that too.
Errant pass in the midfield, so it's back with SKC2. And so Caden Pierre, referee wanted to play an advantage. There was none developing, so he brings it back, calls for a foul. Caden Pierre bursting down the right there, picks up a free kick.
Yeah, one of the problems that Sporting Kansas City 2 is having, obviously with the pressure, it's hard to keep the ball, but they're finding it really tough to get out of that midfield defensive area into the forwards, because once they get it up, they're not able to hold possession because of, like I said, the intense pressure from the opposition.
They are looking long. Smith intercepted by Gomez. And now Openo over the top. Well, he's got a local cheering section in attendance, Kyle Gregg, and that's a nice move to dance around Jankic, who recovers to block it for a corner, but Kyle Gregg in the mood here tonight.
Yeah, great run in between the right centre-back and the right back to get into that space, and they did very well to hold it up and to come away with a chance again through a set piece. So well done, Kyle Gregg there.
Well, he was a star at Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas. He played for the Kansas City Brass during his time there as well, so he has Kansas City ties, and it sounds like he has some fans in attendance as well. And he's earned this corner kick. In towards the near post again, and it just missed the head of Tosh. And perhaps a chance to move some numbers forward here. It's out to Tyler Freeman for SKC2. Cuts inside and then dances back outside after he ran into a wall of retreating Louisville City players. So patience here from SKC2. Barbier slides it across the formation. The right side of the SKC2 defense are two players on loan from Sporting Kansas City, Smith and Pierre. They join John Polskamp and Tyler Freeman as the four players in the starting lineup on loan from the MLS club here this evening. approaching the final 5 minutes. Normal time in the first half. Louisville City coming forward. Ownby, quick step over and offside Kyle Gregg. So quick flag there.
Yeah, he wasn't off by much, but it was probably like a shoulder's width there.
Well, a little step over from Ownby bought him some time to escape the defender, but perhaps cost Kyle Gregg some time. So, well, here's more of what you said, Doug McClagan. Instead of taking it short, SKC2 going to, a bit uncharacteristically, pump it long here.
Yeah, I don't know how much that is to their advantage, though, because they got some big boys at the back there, especially Tosh.
Tosh and Sawahi, both 6'1". So far, they've been able to deal with those long balls from the back.
So it's important for Sporting Kansas City 2 here with 5 minutes left of the half to come out with the result being as obviously they'd like one themselves, but if it stays at 1-1, I think that's good for them to go into the changing room at halftime and go have some discussions about what they're doing. They cannot afford to give something up here right before the half, not against a team like this.
Well, especially considering that man Roger Smith had to equalize after SKC2 conceded in the opening 5 minutes in this one. But they fought back. Level pegging here as we're ever so slightly approaching halftime. Tosh again wins the long ball. This one, second ball though, Del Piccolo can't hold on for Louisville City. Now into the feet of Mushagalusa. Well tackled away by the combination of Sharpie and Corbin Bone.
Wes Sharpie has been very good today. I'm just wondering, because the last few times I've seen him in the lineup, he's been like a centre-back. I'm wondering if they've moved him out here to take care of Mushagalusa, because I noticed when they were broken, oh, there's a nasty foul. When they were breaking down the field, he's got some pace to stay with Mushagalusa. Mushagalusa just whacked him one, and yes, he got a yellow card too. Let's just have a quick look at this. Nice movement of the ball. And yeah, he just put both his legs around him and wrapped him, and he's got a yellow. So just saying, I think Sharpie's doing a very, very good job on Mushagalusa, and I think he's been put there to take care of the pace that they know he has. And he's done a very good job first half so far.
We'll have to walk off a little knock there as he took one on his shin. Yellow card for Mushagalusa. He's the second player in the books, both for SKC2, joining Christian Duke. Gomez getting forward. His cross defended away, and it'll be out for another corner for Louisville City.
Yeah, you're starting to see that Gomez kid getting up the field further and further as the game goes on. And he's starting to create some opportunities out there on that left flank. So we're in our last couple minutes of the half. This is huge to defend for Sporting Kansas City 2.
Again into the near post, and again it's towards Tosh. This time Pierre got a block to it. Freeman touched it around the defender, but into the path of Tyler Gibson. So a chance for the counter quelled. Louisville City FC all the way back to Siegfried. Left a bit short there for Tosh, but he dealt with it. "90 seconds of normal time to play here in the first half at Children's Mercy Park. Almost the entirety of the field draped in the shade. It's over the top for Ownby. Pulscamp's off his line, and Ownby puts it wide. What a chance for Louisville City right on the stroke of halftime.
Yeah, great opportunity there for Ownby. Pulskamp, I'm not sure if he was ever going to get there, but did enough to put him off, that's for sure. If he wasn't out there, then he probably could have brought it in close to the goal, but just did enough to put him off, to force him to go over the bar there. But nice ball in too. Straight, direct ball in behind the back four of Sporting Kansas City 2.
See Brian Ownby upset with himself, coming off a Team of the Week performance against Indy 11 where he had 2 assists. Just the 1 goal on the season for Ownby, and he was trying to double his tally there.
Well, we've just seen the last, what, 4 goal kicks, 3 or 4 goal kicks, and every one has been won by Sean Tosh. So obviously that direct ball is not one that's really helping Sporting Kansas City 2.
Two minutes added on. We move to stoppage time. The end of the first half. Here come Louisville City FC looking for the run of Gomez. Well, he's cleverly around a defender, Gomez. He's stayed on his feet. And he crashes it off an SKC2 player out for another corner kick.
And again, there's Gomez further forward again. This time, actually, instead of going down the width of the flank, he actually came inside into midfield and got into between the gaps there. Really having an effect on this game now is the young man Gomez.
He wants control of this corner as well. Well, they've several times from this side gone for the near post on the corner kick delivery. Now we're in stoppage time. Again towards the near post, again towards Tosh. Pierre got there, and on the volley, well, that one's still rising. It's out of play for a goal kick, and an ambitious attempt there from Corbin Bone.
Yeah, like we said, not an easy skill. That one was a little further off than open outs, I think. But certainly worth the try.
But again, they're looking for Tosh at the near post on those set pieces, Louisville City.
Yeah, it's every time. I mean, they're not hiding it. That's 3 or 4 times he's flicked on that ball at the front post. It's not come off yet, but if they keep going that, you assume they're going to get 1 or 2 dangerous flicks from him.
This time it's won by Davis. Second ball falls to the visitors. Outside of the boot, Ownby intercepted well by Jankic. Clever pass from Barbier has opened things up here, and now Duke pops it up to Tyler Freeman. Edge of the area, Freeman shifting it onto his right, now onto his left, goes for the near post. Siegfried's there.
Yeah, good effort, just didn't have enough power on the left. I thought actually when he first cut it to his right, I thought he should have maybe taken a shot there. He did cut it back to get it on his left, but unfortunately that's not his strong foot. Didn't get enough power, so maybe could have got the shot off earlier, but good sound goalkeeping there, and we're at the half.
Well, it's a chance right at the end of the first half for SKC2, but there have been chances for both sides throughout an engaging opening 45 minutes. 1-1, the halftime score. Kyle Gregg opened the scoring before Roger Smith equalized things. It's level at halftime. We'll be right back to break everything down from the first half.
I'm excited for this one, Nate. I think this is a really good test for Sporting here, who obviously have been in such good form lately, putting together good results, and not just the results, but good performances as well. And this LAFC team, it's a really difficult team to kind of figure out.
SKC coming in second place in the West. And listen to this sellout stadium. Get ready. Russell running at Farfan, cutting back to his left foot, back to Espinoza now. Across to Hernandez. Hernandez measures up a left-footed shot, strikes it low. It was wide of the target. Now to Kim, cutting it back in the penalty area. Left-footed shot, and he beats Tim Melia, and it's 1-0 LAFC. First MLS goal. Moon Kwan Kim. Plays it up the right-hand side to Kim. He drives it in low. Baird's shot is blocked by Tim Melia. He might have caught that right off the face. Tim Melia closing down the angle. Some rain has come pouring down inside Children's Mercy Park, and the fans are in that type of mood today. They were cheering the rain. Busio with the interception. Through to Shallowy. Shallowy is dragged down right outside the penalty area. Is this a yellow or a red? It is red. A straight red card to Blackman. Cross in, knocked down by Farfan, shot by Polino! Golazo! Alan Polino! With the left foot! And it's 1-1! Busio looking for an option, bodies everywhere in front of him. Busio, now to Hernandez. Hernandez, through to Shallowy. Shallowy! Slots it in! This man cannot stop scoring! And it's 2-1. SKC, the Hungarian assassin, has done it again!
I was like, come on. As soon as you bent it, I was like, oh. He was like, I couldn't tell because he was like, what can I say? What can I say? All the goals are coming.
I wasn't going to let anything get in my way of achieving my goals, which were to be a professional soccer player. So the first opportunity I got at preseason, when a teammate asked like if I was dating a girl or something, I just came out to a bunch of my teammates at dinner and said, no, I'm gay. All I needed to do was that one time, because then I didn't lie. Your sexuality should never limit you from playing the sport you love.
Struck off the crossbar and in. What an answer by San Diego. Oh, Muse again. Prairie brings it down to his chest. Jordan McCreary has tied it here. Takes a hard strike, saved by Romel Gomez.
Halftime here at Children's Mercy Park. 1 goal apiece for Sporting KC2 and Louisville City FC. Alongside Doug McClagan, I'm Carter Augustine. It's been a fantastic first 45 minutes, though.
Yeah, it's been very competitive, and I think it's just been the fight for which team can get clean possession. At the moment, towards the end of the half, it was more Louisville than Sporting Kansas City 2, but I'm sure there's going to be a fight for its second half too.
Baby's enjoying things, and he might have been enjoying some fantastic goals, as we'll take a look at the highlights from the first 45, and poor mistake at the back from Jankic led to the opener.
Yeah, not his best decision, but a good ball into the box in. An easy finish there for Greg. He'll take those any day.
Second goal of the season for Kyle Gregg. And right from the kick, SKC2 had a chance up the other end.
Yeah, thought he might be able to find him at far post, but after watching for a while, he could not find Mashagalusa, so good to have the shot.
Good save from Parker Siegfried there, but a few minutes later, SKC2 were level.
Yeah, cross by Freeman takes a deflection, and somehow Roger Smith climbs a little higher and pokes that ball into the corner of the net. What a finish.
1-1, and then Louisville City started to get a little bit more of the ball. Here's Corbin Bone towards the top of the league, and chance created, almost carved one out. This was perhaps their second best chance of the match, Louisville City FC.
Yeah, keeper was never getting there, but he did enough to put O&B off, and that's why it's a goal kick, so well done, keeper there.
Pulls Camp off his line to rush the shot from Brian Ownby. It's 1-1 at halftime. Take a look at the stats, and it kind of bears out to what we were thinking there towards the end of that first half.
Yeah, 61% possession. It didn't start that way. That's the way it's been the last 15, 20 minutes. And so, again, it's the fight for clean possession. Louisville City is getting more clean possession than Sporting Kansas City 2. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't show on the board yet.
Just a one shot on target for the visitors, despite their edge in possession here in the first half. SKC2 hosting Louisville City FC in this Central Division clash in the Eastern Conference. And let's take a look around the league. What else is going on in the USL? There's plenty of action this 4th of July weekend and some Friday night soccer to kick things off. And some level scores all around to join this one.
There's a big game there, Oklahoma against Tulsa. 0-0. Oh, it's only 24 minutes in, but yep, all tied up, those games.
Bragging rights at stake there between OKC Energy FC and FC Tulsa. Let's take a look there around the league in the USL Championship. And now the team of the week from week 10. And former Swole Park Ranger Haji Berry got the player of the week nod. You see Brian Ownby there among the best 11 from week 10. And he had that chance at the end of the first half for Louisville City FC. He was unable to convert. Danny Barbier did make the bench for the team of the week. Fantastic players, as per usual, in among the team of the week in the USL Championship. Sporting KC2 after tonight's match. Well, they don't play another home match until July 28th. Take on Louisville City again here in about 4 weeks' time, but tough matchups to round out the month for SKC2. Well, they played more games than anyone else in the USL Championship so far. Sometime they'll get a break. Take a look at what's upcoming for Louisville City FC. Another tough trip to FC Tulsa for the boys in purple in their next encounter. Halftime here at Children's Mercy Park. A lovely equalizer off the head of Roger Smith. It's 1-1 between SKC2 and Louisville City FC. We'll have the second half kick coming up next. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. As Sporting KC2 and Louisville City FC are tied at 1 goal apiece after first 45 minutes of action. Alongside Doug McClagan, I'm Carter Augustine. And well, Doug, it's been plenty of action on both ends, and there has been a fascinating battle developing between Enoch Mushagalusa and Wes Sharpie on the left side of the SKC2 attack.
Yeah, Mushagalusa has scored 4 in his last 4 games. And so I'm just wondering if they've moved Wes Sharpie, number 6, over to that side to take care of him, because Sharpie's definitely got some pace and he's done an extremely good job in keeping Mushagalusa quiet, and not many people have done that this year.
Well, he was out for a few games with a lower body injury, Wes Sharpie, but they've really enjoyed having him back in the lineup, and we are back underway at Children's Mercy Park. 1-1 the score between SKC2 and Louisville City FC. But one of these teams finds a game-winning goal here in the second half. Both teams were kind of sauntering around when the ref blew his whistle to start things up again. And we're back underway in this Central Division clash in the Eastern Conference.
Looks like it's going to start the same way the game started. Both teams, or at least Louisville City, is high pressing again. Be interested to see if that's the same plan for Sporting Kansas City too. The first 15 minutes of this game was high press and a lot of turnovers because of the press. So let's see, they got a 15-minute break and maybe they're full of energy to go again.
Temperature has dropped a couple degrees, just at 82 degrees here to start the second half, but humidity of just under 60%. So we'll see if that does take its toll. Both teams high pressing throughout the first 45. Second ball won by SKC2, and Kuich retreats to Pulskamp. Under pressure for Pierre. Tried to curl it around the defender, and well, Jonathan Gomez was having none of that.
Yeah, great defending there. He just cut off the line, did not allow him to roll that ball down the line that he wanted to. 17-year-old has been very impressive tonight.
Again, stepping up in defense for Louisville City. And they step up the pressure to win it back from the throw, and looking in behind for Del Piccolo. And a timely interception there for SKC2.
Yeah, well read there by Jankic, because that ball was going in and he'd have been in trouble if it got through, but he stepped across, intercepted it.
Here comes Mushagalusa, tackled away momentarily. Davis shielding things off. And well, in behind, Freeman almost took that into his own path, and it's scrambled away by Louisville City.
There was that matchup of Sharpie and Mushagalusa again, and Sharpie got the best of it again, and we have a man down. I think that's Christian Duke, perhaps.
Well, yeah, not for the first time here. A pass from Danny Barbier intended for someone else actually just slammed into Christian Duke, and it might have caught him in a bit of an awkward position because he went to ground immediately after. As the break went the other way for SKC2, here's what happened to Christian Duke.
Looks like he almost grabbed his knee, like, because he obviously was not. You're right, that happened in the first half early. He was not expecting that pass, and I'm just wondering if that hit him at an awkward area and maybe twisted his knee.
Yeah, it looked innocuous enough there. Perhaps it was on the landing from Christian Duke, but well, you rarely see this man go down and get removed from a match.
Yeah, if he goes down, he's injured. I mean, this you could smack the living daylights out of Christian Duke, and if it doesn't bother him, he's up and running again. This kid's a tough kid.
He just turned 30 this past June, Christian Duke, and well, he was the captain for the inaugural 2016 side for the Swope Park Rangers. And appeared in all 72 matches for SKC2 in 2016 and 2017 when they reached back-to-back USL Cup finals, and of course 2017 was in Louisville as Louisville City beat the Swope Park Rangers 1-0 to claim the USL Cup in 2017. Christian Duke played in that match. And let's take a look again at this injury to the captain for SKC2.
Well, Bob Beer hit it real hard, and Well, actually, it's kind of strange because it hit him on his left leg and it's his right leg. You might be right the way he landed, because that's not the leg that the ball hit him on. But yeah, I mean, he was trying to get out of the way of it.
Not for the first time. He's trotting his way to the sideline. Well, mutual respect there with Paolo Del Piccolo. They've had a few midfield battles throughout their distinguished USL Championship careers. Del Piccolo played in that final. In fact, 3 starters for Louisville City this evening played in that final in 2017. Of course, it's been a hallmark for Louisville City, their ability to keep things going, retaining players, solid core returns. Caden Pierre with his hand up as he floats that one well over the crossbar out of play.
And I'm sure with that new training ground that they're going to easily retain players now, because who wouldn't want to train and hang out at that place, because it is absolutely unbelievable.
Well, on the note of the 2017 USL Cup final, they're missing another player who is still factoring for the side, Cameron Lancaster here this evening. He scored the winner in the 88th minute in that USL Cup final in 2017, and he misses his 2nd consecutive match for Louisville City. Still the leading goal scorer for the boys in purple in 2021.
So I'm assuming that's got to be an injury.
Not listed in the game notes as being unavailable, so it's an interesting one. Couldn't find any information about any possible injury, but nevertheless, they're without Cameron Lancaster here tonight. Out injured for Louisville City are Abdou Tiam, Elijah Winder, and Oscar Jimenez. Both teams wanted this ruling to go their way, but it goes the way of the visitors. SKC2, for their part, missing Ropapa Mensah through a groin strain, and still without the services of Travion Souza. And, oh, watch out there, Parker Siegfried. Well, it's just over the head of Musha Kalusa, and in the end, it's a completed pass for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I don't think he meant that one, though. He got extremely lucky there. That could have been a big-ton interception, and they could have been in trouble. And here's a chance, though.
Turnover and plenty of acreage for Roger Smith to attack. But he's gobbled up by the adept defending there of Sawahi. Smith with the strength to see off the challenge of Gray. And the other Smith, Roje. How about that touch from Kuich? It's opened things up. Duke slides it in behind for Freeman. Keeps it just about in play. Chance slows down and eventually dissolves on that giveaway from Jake Davis. And he knew it right when he committed it. That'll be a foul and a free kick for Louisville City.
But what a fantastic ball by Kuich there, because the ball came at him 100 miles per hour, and he deftly touched that between the backs, and it would beautiful. It would have come off. Unfortunately, Freeman couldn't get to it quick enough to cross that ball in, but beautiful vision, beautiful touch.
Seen that time and time again from Petr Kuich. His 10th start of the season. He's appeared in every match but one. There he is trying to nip in, but Kyle Gregg did well to keep it for Louisville City, and they have some numbers advancing down the right. Lofted over the top, looking for Wes Sharpie, and he's there with Musha Galusa in close attendance. Oh, through the legs. Good recovery from Musha Galusa.
Very good recovery there. Pushed through his legs, a little embarrassing, but he stayed on his feet and got that slide tackle in and saved a very good opportunity that could have arose there for Louisville City.
They're still in possession, the visitors. Sawahi chased all the way back to the goalkeeper.
That's great pressure again by Jake Davis.
Well, if you put a paintbrush in his shorts, he'd paint the field blue, Jake Davis. Again, his workmanlike effort results in a turnover, and this time Smith is fouled by Gregg. SKC2 will just pump numbers up the pitch. Well, I talked about the players on the field for Louisville City. 3 of them that played in that final in 2017. Del Piccolo joined by Tosh and Ownby on the pitch right now for Louisville. And this time it's a foul called against a disbelieving Caden Pierre.
Yeah, Pierre thinks he got the ball, and he may have got the ball, but unfortunately came from behind. And that's, I'm pretty sure that's why the referee called it. Let's have a little look. Not sure. He may have got a touch on it, he may not have, not sure. But like I said, he came from behind, so probably the right call from the referee. Although apparently somebody thinks it's a horrible call.
Several people disagreeing. Caden Pierre has some backup there in his opinion that he got the ball. You saw him chatting there still with Sawahi, claiming that he had the ball. They have to defend a free kick now. It's lofted in towards the back post, and well, a scream to the heavens from Corbin Bone.
Yeah, wasted ball there. Way too deep.
He's a creative player, Corbin Bone, 32-year-old. You mentioned second in the league in chances created coming into this match. Now it has to be classed as a chance gone begging in the attack from a dangerous-looking set piece. It's back again with the visitors, off the turnover. Kept in with a lovely left peg there from Del Piccolo, and it could result in an attack here. Ownby cuts it back! Oh! And he finishes with aplomb! Well, quickly from left to right, Louisville City spring the attack, and Brian Ownby puts the visitors back in front, 2-1.
That is a first-class finish. He knew exactly where the trailing runner was. When he caught up, he just cuts it behind him and just floats it, bends it into that upper 90. That is just a fantastic finish from a fantastic player.
Team of the week last week, maybe goal of the week this week. Brian Ownby. Lovely chop move to open things up. Curls it beyond Pulskamp, 2-1 to Louisville City FC. And he gets his second goal of the season.
And that's where that experience comes from. He knew the player chasing him was going to have to run by him, and he just cut it behind his legs. And then, like I said, picked up his head and just picked his spot, and there's no way keeper was going to save that. Just tremendous finish.
Lovely flick from Greg, and well, Louisville City now feeling things are coming forward through open no, slotting it in towards the area. Oh, a big right hand. Pulskamp keeps it out. Jonathan Gomez, well, he thought he had 3 goals in his last 3 matches.
Yeah, that's a big save there. I'm just wondering if it was actually on target. It may have been, I don't know, but still, let's have a little right here. Yeah, let's call it. It's probably on target. That's a fantastic save if it's on target or off target.
Pulskamp wouldn't have known. He kept it out. Ensuing corner kick was a dangerous delivery. Goes through everybody, and now Ownby. Oh, he used a little screen there. Clips it into the area. Behind the keeper and in. SKC2 argue, but it won't matter. Alexis Sawahi. It's his first goal of the season, and it's 3-1 to the visitors.
So explain to me why that isn't a classic pick. I mean, I think the referee may have made a bad call here. Probably need to see it further back there. But I'm not sure who it was, but basically set a pick for Ownby to go by the player. And I'm surprised that the referee didn't call that. That is a good finish, no question about it, but I swear there was a pick that any Jayhawk basketball player would have been proud of.
Pulskamp lunging to his right, reaching back with his left, and he can't claw it off the line. Quick strike there from Louisville City. to double their lead. It's 3-1 as we move into the 60th minute. But SKC2 feeling very much aggrieved. So here they come up the other end. Mushagalusa trying to pop it in behind for Duke. He's able to block the clearance, and Duke can keep this in play. Mushagalusa had Barbier running in. Instead, it's back to Jankic, who retreats all the way to Ram Smith. So, the key question here, how do Sporting KC2 respond?
Well, they've got to be careful at the back to make sure this doesn't open up.
Mushagalusa just tried to cut it back and lost his footing. Intercepted by Barbier. Excuse me, Jankic, who got it to Barbier. Here comes Duke. Clips it to the edge of the box. Oh, first time strike. That had venom behind it. Jake Davis running onto it on the edge of the area. It's blocked out. It'll be a corner for SKC2.
Yeah, I didn't know how much Suwahi knew about this. That's a great strike by Davis. And I guess he was just in the right place at the right time. Also, that's in the back of the net.
Well, by Davis's reaction, he thought that thing had eyes for the far post. Doesn't beat the first man here on the corner. Second attempt for Freeman. And it's a handball. Spotted by the near side assistant. Not by the referee in the middle, but it's given. And perhaps this could be a card as well.
Well, it looked to me like actually two poor crosses by Tyler Freeman. And I don't know if his hand was away from the body. I guess let's see it again, because it looked to me like his hand was right where it should be. And that was a harsh call, but maybe not. Let's see. I'm not so sure that's a handball myself.
Yeah, the hands look safely tucked inside there, and you see why Captain Paolo Del Piccolo was so vehemently disagreeing. Free kick for SKC2 in behind, and it's defended by Gomez, headed out of play. It'll be a corner.
So not sure on the handball, definitely sure on the pick. And I think hopefully we'll be able to see that later on, but that handball is a questionable call too.
Can SKC2 create something as Davis now lines it up? Back heel from Kuic. Jankic lays it off for Davis. First time, clipping it into the area. Smith, well, the bench erupting for SKC2 there to join Graham Smith in his protestations. It's knotted up into the air. An easy claim for Siegfried, but Smith had some complaints there.
Yeah, it was a great ball in by Davis, and Smith did well, but I think he got just a little nudge, and it wasn't really a push, just a nudge that put him off balance, and unfortunately couldn't get any force in the header.
Siegfried forward for Greg, who knotted it on. It's still up for grabs. Comes off Gomez, throw in to the home side, and Louisville City will use this opportunity to make the first substitution of the match. And it's a, well, it's a pretty good one as far as Louisville City are concerned. Antoine Openo's evening is done. He replaced this man, Niall McCabe, in the starting lineup this evening. We'll take another look here at that controversial third goal for Louisville City.
Okay, so Davis, that's a definite pick. I mean, come on. Hello, referee. I think you missed something.
Davis immediately complains, fell on deaf ears. And the ball ended up in the back of the SKC2 net.
Well, you asked how they were going to respond, and quite honestly, they responded really, really well. It'd be good if Sporting Kansas City 2 could get a ball in the back of the net soon, but they've come back the last 4 or 5 minutes on fire and going after Louisville, so give them credit there.
Well, and how much do SKC2 have in the tank on this muggy day as well? They've played more games than any other team in the USL Championship. They came off the back of 4 games in 11 days. Last weekend against Memphis, they finally got a week off here. Well, not even a full week, but 6 days in between matches. So how much do they have in the tank? They are young legs out there for SKC2. going to need every ounce of that youthful exuberance if they want to come from behind here this evening. Mushagalusa looking for Duke. Just about enough on that pass from Sharpie. Oh, Davis stepped in front, intercepted it. And now Freeman back for Davis. Seen to by Suwahi.
Go ahead, Lex.
Trying to 1-2 with Pierre. Defended again by Gomez.
Quickly, white play. Take some, White, take some, White, take some.
Davis on his left foot. It's behind everybody running in to the area for SKC2, and Ownby will shrug off Christian Duke and win a goal kick. We talk about the high-flying attacks coming into this match in Louisville City, keeping things going. Another 3-goal performance. That brings them to 14 goals now in their last 5 matches. Things are going right for Danny Cruz at the moment.
That's pretty impressive.
I'm not too hot at math, but I believe that's just under the 3-goal average. Another one here would give them 15 and 5. And Kuich turned over. Ownby through Jankic and around Jankic. Barbier able to recover and force things back for Louisville City. Shifted over to Alexi Suwahi. Over the top. Can Gomez keep this in? He can, and he'll bear down on goal. Hugging the end line. Gomez! A superstar for Louisville City. Jonathan Gomez makes the goal. It's the simplest of tap-ins at the far post for Kyle Gregg. 2 goals for Gregg. Louisville City lead by 4-1, but this goal is all about Jonathan Gomez.
Absolutely. Great ball in by Gibson here. I thought it was going to run out of bounds, but give Gomez credit, chased it down and then took it all the way across the byline. Past one player all the way in. Maybe got a lucky bounce, but easy finish there for Craig. And again, you've got to give the youngster a lot of credit there.
Slightest deflection off Graham Smith. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to not count that as an assist, even with the deflection. Kyle Gregg with an absolute gift from Jonathan Gomez, who keeps his attacking run of form going so superbly. And you see why there are rumors of teams lining up for Jonathan Gomez when that young man turns 18 in September.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be in the USL Championship for very long, quite honest.
All over the world, teams looking at this young man, and you see why both the USA and Mexico are desperate to sign him up for national team duty. This will allow for a couple of academy products to check into the match for SKC2, as Kobe Jones, fresh off his professional debut in Memphis, got 6 minutes as a sub, comes in to replace Aljaz Jankic. And big cheers for Isaiah LaFleur as he makes his 2021 debut, the 18-year-old, replacing Tyler Freeman up top. '69th minute, SKC2 making a couple of subs as, well, Louisville City have flexed their muscle a bit here in the second half. Over the top for Mushagalusa. Well, flag didn't go up from the near side assistant, and Mushagalusa saw that careen off his shin, and what a chance that could have been for SKC2.
Yeah, I'm not sure he wasn't offside. I just saw the linesman put his hands up to the ref as to say that maybe he was, but he hasn't delayed putting his flag up in this game, but he did this time, if that's the case.
Good first intervention from Kobe Jones, but the second ball was won by Louisville City. It's slapped out to the right-hand side by Niall McCabe. His first action of the match. The all-time appearances leader for Louisville City, and there he's trying to get involved as well. It's slammed away from the back line and out of pressure for the SKC2 defense.
Yeah, Sporting Kansas City 2's got to be careful here. They've had a good game. They've done very well. It's 4-1. They do not want to open the floodgates here and go to a 5 or a 6-1. That would be unfair for how close the game has been. So they've just got to be careful on defense here.
Barbier was looking for Mushagalusa. It was deadened out of the air by Tosh, but miscommunication allowed Mushagalusa back in, and Davis fakes it around Greg. Dangerous looking ball, but Ownby was over there to own it in defense.
Yeah, not very many numbers up there for Sporting KC, but a lot of numbers back for Louisville FC. They brought 7 or 8 back in that defense, ready to cut that ball out.
Swoop of the hips from Barbier, and it's just not enough curve to bring it back into the path there of Pierre.
So like I said, I mean, obviously they want to come back and they want to get a result here, SKC2, but they've just got to be careful that it doesn't open up. Because, like I said, it's been a pretty darn good performance so far. You're just playing the experience and the deadliness of finishing from Louisville, and it could get ugly if they're not careful.
20 minutes to go here at Children's Mercy Park. Louisville City looking to make it 5 unbeaten, 4 wins in those 5. Let's go with last weekend's draw. They earn a free kick here. For the time being, should they see this out, Louisville City will jump up to first place in the Central Division. They will make a substitution to try and seed things out here as Napo Masoso check in for Corbin Bone.
Yeah, when they sub, they don't get any weaker, do they? I mean, the subs have just brought on extremely good players.
Strength and depth for Louisville City, as you'd expect. 2-time champion, 3-time finalists in a row, looking to get back to the promised land here in 2021.
Well, they've been very impressive tonight, that's for sure.
Curled in with some pace behind it from McCabe. Smith was able to nod it away from his own penalty area. And some aggression there from the youngster, LaFleur, and he's called for the foul. And a painful one for Sean Tosh.
Yeah, Tosh thought it was going to run out of bounds, so he was just casually going after it. And LaFleur, be honestly, I mean, it was like a shoulder to shoulder. He finally saw him coming, so he put his shoulder in there, and maybe have caught him in the back.
Well, Isaiah LaFleur trying to make an impact on the match in his first minutes in 2021 after a pretty great 2020 for the youngster. It's curled in towards the back post. Delightful delivery there from Gomez. Here comes Kobe Jones into LaFleur. He's looking for a teammate. It's popped in behind for Jones. He takes the first touch on the thigh, and he wins a corner. Well, a burst down the wing that would make his namesake proud there, Kobe Jones.
And a good touch, too, because that ball was floating in the air. Tough one to bring down. Brought it down and got a corner on it, so good job by the youngster there.
17-year-old wins the corner here for SKC2. And towards the near post. And a hand up from Jake Davis, an apology to his teammates, but he'll get another chance here as it's played out by Del Piccolo.
Yeah, not the best ball there from Jake, but quite honestly, he's had a very good game tonight. So I'm sure this is going to be better.
Second bite at the cherry for Jake Davis. In towards the keeper and Siegfried. Well, it's a good claim from Parker Siegfried. And, well, haven't got a chance to talk him up much, but it's a return of sorts for Parker Siegfried. He became an emergency backup goalkeeper for Sporting Kansas City in MLS with a rash of injuries to Tim Melia, Kendall McIntosh, Brooks Thompson. Meant John Pulskamp started match day 1 in the MLS season away to New York Red Bulls for SKC. And who was on the bench? Parker Siegfried, emergency loan, wore the number 41 on April 17th. Didn't see any action, but got a lot of plaudits for his time here in Kansas City, and he gets to start in between the sticks. Again, Gomez charging forward, and Ownby will track it down before it goes out of play. Jones trying to combine. It's turned over by Barbier, who has stepped into that left center back position. So Louisville City will calm things down a bit here. Gomez. Well, it was a big storyline, Doug, coming into the match, as Chris Hubbard has started every match in goal, 3 clean sheets, just 7 goals allowed through the first 9 matches, but he was replaced by Parker Siegfried here coming into tonight.
And Parker's done very well. We were both shocked because already had Hubbard in the lineup. It was a gimme, but when they came up with that, it was a nice gesture to give him a chance to play in Kansas City. And he's done very well, too.
Some good man management there from the interim manager, Danny Cruz, who, of course, through his distinguished playing career, would know a thing or two about, like you said, Doug, a nice gesture for Parker Siegfried. Chris Hubbard seems firmly ensconced as the number 1. A nice run out on his return to Kansas City for Parker Siegfried. Another substitution coming for the home side. It's 3rd of the match, as Jahan Rod will check in for Jake Davis, making his 7th appearance in 2021.
Another good performance from Jake Davis. No bells and whistles, no fancy stuff, but that guy works his tail off, and he had a very, very good game tonight, and almost came off with a goal if one of the defenders wouldn't have accidentally got hit in the backside and stopped the goal. So great job, Jake, well done.
Yeah, you could have classified that as fancy stuff if it had gotten past Suwahi. Some venom on that first-time strike from Jake Davis. Outside of that, it's been mostly Louisville City here in the second half.
Yeah, you can just see the class, how good they are on the ball, how good they are at moving the ball, making the right decisions, playing quick, thinking quick. They're just a very classy team.
Trickles all the way back to the goalkeeper, John Pulskamp, who allows Barbier to take things over. Despite the 3-goal advantage, Louisville City still pressing late on in this one. How about that step from Kobe Jones? Wins it back for SKC 2. Caden Pierre in behind for Roger Smith.
Step up.
Rod.
Right shoulder tie. Right shoulder tie. Back in. Jumbo slide in.
Spin it out, it'll be a throw.
Step right.
Rod sends it back into play.
Step right.
It's interesting to see, Doug, both Kuich and Rod on the pitch at the same time. Both players usually in that number 6 possession for SKC2.
Yeah, maybe he wants to make sure there's no more goals against him, and they might sit in front of the back 2 there and protect him a little bit more. But yeah, you're right, they're normally in the same position, those 2. Although it appears like Rod is playing a little higher than Kuich right now, maybe playing alongside Duke.
Maybe a chance to see Rod a bit further forward in the formation. Remains to be seen. A moment of nerves there for Niall McCabe, who just apologizes to his teammates as he was able to get it away from Mushagalusa.
I think Mushagalusa might have pulled out there because he's on a yellow. And that looked like a little bit of a collision course there, and I think Enoch Mushagalusa actually pulled out of it. So McCabe got away a little bit there.
A couple of subs being prepared for Louisville City as that was given as a foul, so a free kick here. Just about 10 minutes to go, normal time. And it's Rod. In towards the area, Jones is there! Kobe Jones! He gets his first goal as a professional. Well, he's come onto the field and made an impact. SKC 2, Louisville City 4.
I mean, wow, that's got to be great for him. And he took it fantastically. Brought it down. That's a hard strike, but a clean strike. And that's a fantastic first professional goal. And who's he competing against? It's Tosh right there. And not many people win challenges against Tosh. But he got there, ball dropped loose, and that's just a beautiful technique with the left foot. And he's going to be a happy man tonight, that's for sure. But I say man, really. He's going to be a happy boy tonight.
The 17-year-old Kobe Jones, fresh from the SKC Academy, on to the score sheet for Sporting Kansas City 2. Subbed on for Petr Kujic last week for his debut. And how about that? Netting his first professional goal. And as you mentioned, Doug McClagan, well, he's been a monster all evening long, Sean Tosh. And, well, fresh into the match and into the referee's pocketbook for George Davis IV. As he's called for the yellow card.
We don't need to take 45 seconds to write down yellow.
And now another free kick for SKC 2. Just get you those substitutions in a moment as Davis IV checked into the match. Kobe Jones on the score sheet. So too did Jimmy McLaughlin come into the match for Louisville City FC. Checking out of the match, Brian Ownby. He's replaced by McLaughlin. And the captain, Paolo Del Piccolo, replaced in midfield by George Davis IV. It's over the top. Jones being tested now by the newcomer, McLaughlin. Louisville won a foul. And no, it'll go against Louisville in that substitute. Jimmy McLaughlin called for the foul. So that goal from Kobe Jones just perhaps making things interesting here as we approach final 7 minutes.
Yep, could be an interesting game if Sporting Kansas City 2 could steal another one. Could be a very exciting finish.
Well, Louisville City have other things in mind. The slide tackle from Gomez has opened things up. On his feet, Davis. Oh, it's just behind Kyle Gregg. Well, and that was a lovely chance. And how about that? Kobe Jones into the slide tackle, wins it back for SKC2. Seems unafraid of the moment.
He's having a good time right now. He's really enjoying himself. He's done great offensively, and he's tracked back and done very well defensively too. So he's going to wish there was more than 7 minutes left, I guarantee you.
Might have just found a few more minutes in the matches to come for SKC2. Paolo Nagamura asking his team to dig in here for the final 6 minutes. and turn this back into a close encounter. But that's lovely build-up, and McLaughlin now trying to slide it in behind. Defender goes to the ground, and it is a foul against George Davis, the 4th.
Yeah, Davis accidentally, I think, caught Smith's ankle there. Didn't mean it, but his run across his diagonal, which is a kind of a late diagonal run, just clipped his feet and just an accidental one. But you got to call it as a foul, that's for sure.
Well, with George Davis, the 4th, back in action here, it's now another player that played in that 2017 USL Cup final on the pitch. Bringing the total to 4 for Louisville, and Christian Duke for the club formerly known as SPR. Gibson into the corner, and he's turned around for Gomez. Smith coming over. Defended away, but only momentarily.
This is where you'd think the experience of Louisville FC would be just to keep the ball and knock around, but they seem to be looking to go score more goals, which, as a neutral, you love. But you would think they'd just keep it and knock it around and run the clock out, but nope, here they come again.
Gomez whipping that in from the left. Good hands from Polskamp as he was able to catch. Tried to punt it forward for Mushagalusa, who looks a frustrated figure as he trots away from another header won by Sean Tosh.
Yeah, Tosh has just been solid tonight. I'm not sure if he's lost the ball in the air yet, and he's been good with the ball too, quite honest.
Well, you see why. He's 2nd in the league in passing, Tosh, and he's started the move again here for Louisville. Cut back to Davis, tries to gather around Smith, a slide tackle from Smith, and whoa, watch out. Polskamp into Colby Jones, and well, it's kept out.
I think it's great defending here from Smith. It's a good move there by Davis, but yeah, I think it's Smith. Good block, and then I'm not sure what happened here, but Colby Jones just got flattened into the back of the net. He's like, I'm okay, don't worry about me.
Graham Smith was a frustrated figure after that challenge. And here's an attack-minded substitution as it's a Croatian for another. Dominik Rešetar checking in for Petr Kujic. And it's the 4th player brought on, but that is the 3rd window used by SKC2, so that should be their final move of the match.
And now you'll see Rod move into that 6th spot where he's very comfortable.
Barbier hammers it forward. Mushagalusa will give chase. And Siegfried just managed to stay with the ball inside the penalty area there.
Managed to keep the ball in the box, and everything else went outside the box, so well done there.
That is the rule. You can be out as long as the ball is kept in there by the gloves. And Siegfried on his debut for Louisville City. Quickly off his line there to see away the challenge of Mushagalusa.
It's been good. I don't think anybody would have saved that goal that Smith scored, so he's been solid, that's for sure. So good to get him to start, and good to come here and have a good game for him.
Well, another impressive defensive maneuver there from Gomez when it looked like Roger Smith was just going to knock it around him.
He just looks like, well, nothing like a 17-year-old. He looks like he's been playing for like 12, 15 years at the highest level. He's, oh, dare I say it?
Well, commentators curse as it comes off Gomez. Smith trying to curl it in. Oh, good save. Siegfried down to his right. Spares the rare blush from Jonathan Gomez.
You give him a compliment and then he makes his first mistake of the game.
Just took him 89 minutes.
That's a good save too. I'm thinking that's posted in possibly, so very good save.
Whipped in from the corner, still alive in the box, and scrambled away by George Davis. Well, it was a clever attempt from Roger Smith, only matched by the sprawling save from Siegfried. If that had gone in, we'd be in for a grandstand finish on this 4th of July weekend. But a big save from Siegfried, and just about ready to move into stoppage time with that ball drifting out of play. Well, he was the 2020 NISA Fall title winner with Detroit City FC. He's parlayed that into a move to Louisville City, and special night, I'm sure, for Parker Siegfried. So he pumps it forward. 3 minutes added on here at the end of the match, and we're into that stoppage time now. Graham Smith got there first. Now Rod and Greg combating, and it's a foul called against Jahan Rod.
Rod felt he was fouled by Greg, and then time elapses, and then the ball goes to Greg, so Rod just fouls him and evens it up. Only Rod got caught doing it, and Greg got away with it.
It's usually what happens with those revenge tackles.
Absolutely does.
Siegfried again stands it up. Smith to Reshitar. Pierre just helped it over the head of Reshitar. Now Roger Smith pumping it in behind. A minute of the 3 already elapsed. Well, this win will take Louisville City momentarily to the top of the Central Division. They had a game in hand on Birmingham Legion. Birmingham play tomorrow. See if Birmingham can get a result and pop back in front. Now Smith trying to challenge Gomez. Fun 1v1 battle here on the near side. Smith is around Gomez, but he's tugged down by the youngster. And a free kick laid on here for SKC2. They'll be in a rush to get things restarted here, SKC2. Rod standing over this free kick.
And then he's yours once it goes now. Talk to me, Parker. Yeah, no, you're in a good spot. Now, 2 steps closer to the ball. Yeah.
Rod clipping it in towards the 6. Barbier was there. LaFleur, oh, took a deflection. It was Barbier again, and he couldn't help it on frame.
Yeah, good effort there by LaFleur. It just wouldn't come down quick enough, so he did very well to keep it on target, because that ball he struck high, about almost like hip height, just couldn't get over it, and almost put in by Bobby again.
Just inches away there. Barbier, almost a second deflected header for SKC2. Referee checks his watch. Full time here at Children's Mercy Park. Louisville City come away with all 3 points. A double from that man, Kyle Gregg, to go along with goals from Alexi Suwahi. And a wonderful goal from Brian Ownby. An early equalizer in the first half from Roger Smith, and the first career goal for that man, Kobe Jones. And full-time score here, Louisville City 4, SKC2 2. And Doug McLagan, well, the strength flexed by Louisville City FC there in the second half.
Yeah, I was looking forward to see him play, and I am nothing but impressed. Very solid, very well organized, solid defense, and they've got some players who can score some goals, as we saw tonight. So, Sporting Kansas City 2, I thought, good performance. Unfortunately, the experience and the quality of Louisville City FC was apparent tonight.
And you see there, congratulations, a special night for Parker Siegfried. He's congratulated by Chris Hubbard. 3 points for Louisville City FC. They win by a score of 4-2. We'll be right back to wrap things up from Kansas City. Full time at Children's Mercy Park, and some happy away fans in attendance. It's Louisville City FC. Winners here by a score of 4-2, and well, it's a bit of a homecoming for Kyle Gregg, and he celebrated it in some style. A brace for the big man up top, former Benedictine College star, helping his team to a win here. Doug McClagan, you saw he's got a fan club in attendance as well.
Yes, he does, absolutely. And the battle today was who was going to get the most clean possession. And in the end, Louisville City FC was that team. They got clean possession, created a few good opportunities, and scored 4 goals from it. Good performance by Sporting Kansas City too, but not quite good enough to beat the quality of Louisville.
3 points for Louisville City as they move back atop the Central Division in the Eastern Conference. Thanks for watching here, and have a wonderful 4th of July weekend as it kicked off in some style. Louisville City winning by 4-2 over SKC2. For Doug McClagan, Jason Briley, and our all-star crew here at Children's Mercy Park, I'm Carter Augustine. Thanks for watching. Full-time Louisville City 4, SKC2 2.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.